Hello students, welcome to the last or eighth session of the poem As a Son, My Daughter, which is written by Sampurna Chatterjee, and it is also prescribed for third semester BSc students in their general English syllabus by Bangalore North University. In this session, we are going to recapitulate all the things which we have been discussed in the first 7 sessions, right? We have studied the poem. We try to understand the poem in terms of poetic diction, in terms of its narration, and in terms of poetic devices also, that is theme, similes, metaphor, and narrative technique, right? And we also studied in previous sessions about poetic different kinds of poems, the definition of poem, and the definition of feminism, of feministic poets, and some of the feministic poets also we had studied. And here we recapitulate all those sessions in this last session. Let's see. We begin with an introduction about Sampurna Chatterjee. We already studied that Sampurna Chatterjee is a poet, novelist, and a translator, and she was born in Ethiopia in November 1970. Sampurna grew up in Darjeeling and educated from Delhi, and now she is based in Mumbai. And she had been awarded many prizes, and she has got the second prize for her poetry in All India Poetry Competition during 2005. And her debut poetry collection, Sight May Strike You Blind, published by the Sahitya Akademi, Indian Academy of Letters in 2007, and it was reprinted in 2008. And when we talk about her translation work, translation of Sukumar Ray's poetry and prose Abol Tabol, The Nonsense World of Sukumar Ray's was reissued in 2008. Chatterjee's poems are contemporary in their settings and tone, and always we see Sampurna Chatterjee carry powerful messages as her themes in all writing, irrespective of any gender, class, or any other differences. She is a translator and also even translated to make her expressions very clear in all her works. Let's study about the poem. Poem As a Son, My Daughter. Here, Sampurna Chatterjee tries to represent or highlights the gender equality, gender discrimination, gender roles, or social norms, which is already prevailing in the society, right? And the challenges if a mother wants to challenge and take a risk in her life, how she can take a risk in her life, and what are the consequences she can faces in life. That is also been very clearly depicted in this poem, right? The poem tries to highlight the gender equality and discrimination, and the poem is narrated through the mother's point of view, where we could see from the beginning of the poem to till the end of the poem, we study the entire poem through mother's point of view, where she was expressing her desires, her hopes, her dreams, right? Her dreams for her child, daughter, and her hopes, wishes for her grandchildren also. She addresses in her daughter in the poem, saying that when her daughter grows up, she would be healer, and she'll become the she will become the healer, and she will heal the wounds of the society, and her daughter will be loved by the smiles, and her magical skills mesmerizes all. She would be a magician who keeps everything in her magic spell. And she also says that she would compose the concrete dreams. Concrete dreams here are not fragile or not any hollow. Concrete dreams where her daughter going to fulfill all those dreams she has dreamt for herself, right? And songs she'll sing and raise her voice. That voice may reach to the tower high. It may reach to the sky also, that much height. And here there is a contradiction between concrete and glass that also we can observe. The former is solid and the latter is fragile. Her daughter is going to become the creator of both strong and fragile future, right? Here, mother not only wishes for her daughter, even she wishing for her grandchildren, right? Grandchildren that they'll grow with a razor sharp wit or intelligence, and along with this, beauty also, right? At the same time, mother worries that too much freedom and courage had made her daughter uncaring and careless, right? The poet tries to tell that the daughter remembers only binary numbers which can engage her endlessly. Here, binary numbers we can take it as 0 and 1. 0 and 1 we also can say it is a computer language. Here, one meaning we can take it is 0 and 1 acquaintance that daughter has sound knowledge of technology. And one more thing is 0 and 1 sometimes it is also depict male and female, only two, right? Binary. And when come to discussion about the words diction here, the words like split engine and shed the light on the last particular doubts, these words give the clearer idea that the poet is challenging or challenges the existing norms of the society in which girls are raised differently from boys. The existing norms, what we call is already that beliefs, ideologies that is already prevailing in the society. The society we live in a patriarchal society where most decisions are made by the men in the family. If you step outside the family and look at the communities or for that matter the polity, the decision making power mostly lies with men. This automatically leads to the assumption that women and girls were lesser value in the society, communities and families. This devaluing of women and girls has an impact on the actual practices that exist in the society, right? Uh, the system, social norms and gender norms, that is she tries to bring it in the poem. So further we see the arrangement of stanzas. The stanzas are technically arranged. First few stanzas we can find where mother is speaking all about her dreams towards her daughter. And it is clearly exhibits the mother wishes and hopes. But in the last two stanzas, we see that mother's dreams have come true and now she bought her daughter a son. But mother dares to change it by raising her daughter as son by making her fierce, independent and courageous. The irony is that mother is frightened by the daughter's carefree, uncaring and ferocious callous nature, that because of too much freedom, too much courage, too much independency which was given to daughter, and it has taken in terms that now the daughter has become carefree, uncaring, right? Not even she cares for her mother, because last stanza we could see that there are long gaps. Mother expresses that there are some long gaps. Long gaps are nothing but that daughter hardly meets her mother, right? Hardly gives time to her mother. Clearly it shows. See that technically how it is been arranged. First she expresses her dreams, desires, aspirations, wishes, hopes, everything for her daughter. Then she compares her situation at that time and now her daughter's situation. At that time she was not given much freedom and she was dependent on somebody else, right? Financially, emotionally she was dependent on her husband and other family members. But here daughter has given such an environment where she can grow up with all this confidence. She can take her own decisions, right? In such an environment that mother creates for her daughter. In the middle of the poem we see the comparison between mother situation and the daughter situation now. right? Here, sub-themes we can find it that society where we live in, that already there are so many norms, that gender norms are there, that is held for it is for women. See, here mother takes highest risk to challenge all those norms, all those gender norms. By challenging that, she tries to rise her daughter as son, right? She wanted to give all the freedom, all the education for her daughter, right? So she should not be like her. So she should be independently grow. Financially, she should be independent. Emotionally, she should be independent, right? She can take all the decisions in her life, and her character should be very strong. So all these things mother dreams for her child, right? Especially daughter. Certain things also we can find it in this poem is the title. The title of the poem begins with a mother's intense desire that she wanted to raise her daughter as son. In the title, it starts with a simile as. As here is contribute much to the poem, and it also shows that a gender equality. So these are the important factors, points about the poem. Let's see some questions based on this session. Who is the speaker in the poem? The mother is a speaker in the poem. What is the meaning of the word sorceress? The meaning of the word is a woman who practices magic. The poem is a dash. It is a form of literature filled with emotions and ideas, often employs rhymes, all of the above. Actually, it is all of the above. How will the grandchildren of the poet be? They'll be sharp, intelligent, beautiful. Is mother finally fearless by upbringing her daughter as a son? Of course, no. Mother is not fearless. She is fearful by seeing her daughter growing in this way. Uncaring, unkind, callous, right? Not even she is able to talk with her for many days. So such a gap was built between the mother and daughter. So all these sensitive issues Sampurna Chatterjee expresses in her poetry, because she always carries powerful messages and sensitive issues relate with the genders, gender norms, and discrimination as well. She belongs to this generation. Her poems retain freshness and pleasure and forbidden highlights in her all poetry. Her novels also revolve around the themes of gender equality and discrimination that is already prevalent in our society. So in this poem, we had studied that mother who dreams for her daughter, dreams for her future also, that she will grow, she will heal others' pain, and with her magical skills, she can create magic. She can change all these stereotypes, norms. She can break all the stereotype norms. Everything she dreams for. Not only mother dreams for her own daughter, even she had many dreams for her grandchildren also, that her grandchildren will grow with such a power, intelligence, right? Razor sharp intelligence. Not only this, even beauty also, right? In the poem, we see that a mother challenges the existing norms of the society in which girls are raised differently from the boys. But the poet dares to change it by raising her daughter as a son, by making her fierce, independent, and courage. Finally, the irony what we see here is it is contradict, right? Irony is nothing but contradict what her expectations and what is the reality. Her expectations are that her daughter will grow very high, and she fulfills all her dreams, and she'll make her concrete dreams, she can make her future everything, many aspiration, many dreams she can dream for her daughter. But the irony is, the reality is, daughter had grown up in that way as son, but that too much freedom and too much strong, and too much fears, she had made too much fears, that is violent, and too much independency had made her very strong. Her education also were very strong here, and these are all somewhere, she is losing the contact, a connection with mother, and she has become uncaring, unkind, and she is going far away from mother. So this gap that mother could not resist, and she also has a lot of fear about her son, her daughter, that what kind of a society is that, whether they'll accept this kind of a daughter where she was raised her daughter as son, right? That fear also she has, fear of her future, fear of her security and safety. So in an entire poem, we see the dreams, hopes, and fears of a mother for her daughter. So, this is time to say bye. We'll meet in our next unit. Thank you for listening, and all the very best. Have a good day.